Yeah, I'ma pass that to you. I mean, I've been getting high all day, all night. Rock.
I get high like there ain't no tomorrow. Figure my life without weed, pure sorrow. Wake up in the morning, still high from last night. Hazy ass eyesight, made my way to the swisher. 10 blunts up in one session. Teach weed lessons to beginners. Happy seeing double. Smoke one for the lost cause. Cause I feel like I'm on Mars. The more inhale, the more that I see stars. Might scribble out a few balls. I go hard, don't smoke with them niggas who go guard. Got my own sack, fiends rolling in the back door. Move on, no life, we gon' fight. My appetite for Mary Jane is alright. Meet her with my dudes and we go smoke all night. I'm smoking it on site. Me and Charlie tune a new Cheech and Chong.
Man, I know what you mean, dog. It is a such thing as being high enough, though. I'm saying that it's like can't just keep just smoking and just smoking. At a certain point, man, you don't get high no more. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like we said, Cheech and Chong, monument. Freaking the song, puffin' reap a long time coming. Roxy, man, fit be in a long line forming. If you inhaling, I'm knowing you can smell what I'm blowing. I exhaling, I'm glowing, dog, vivid. My chest full like I got my breast augmented. Used to smoke stress, now it's that dispensary designer stuff. Swish at least the fire, never. Yes, sir, of the best herb. I'm a gangstar when I'm in the best words. Whether hydroponic monitors or fresh dirt. I left work, now I'm puffing till my chest hurt. Yes, uplifting and such, known for ripping it up. But please don't ask me to piss in the cup. And never ask me if I would like a snip or a huff. I twist the spliff and I puff until I'm.
Yeah, sir. Charlie Rock. There's a lane. Y'all already know I smoke, man, a whole forest up, tree man. Stay inhaling, brethren, incredible, holding incriminating evidence. My original black essence come from crack selling to the docket yacht smooth selling. Who's telling on the Green Cross Club member? The blood filler, what it cost, nigga? Never mind, I'ma buy it all. I just smoked and I ain't. Lysol to cover up the tree cloud. Don't get mad at me, my weed's loud. Call the florist, quick, we need flowers. A mix of the power and the OG sour. A fact for that piercing pain in your back. Burn the Paul Pierce green growing all year. Feeling like where am I and how I got it here. I give up, I am. Man, he changed my name to Timberland. Timberland didn't give me a name. I'ma be Timberland, cause I smoke that much tree rain. Weed man.
I'll be here all day. Well, not all day, because I do want to go to the club, so I'll stay for a while. We'll have some fun.
This shit is sad. I'm way too lost. What's going on here, guys? Don't put me on. I just don't know what's true. I'm getting this feeling in my gut that I should listen to. So hard to know what's really up when I'm not next to you. Baby, I'm way too high. Or is there something going on? I can't see with my eyes. With my eyes, oh. Is someone telling lies? I could be tripping, but it seems like something's just not right. Just not right here. Am I acting paranoid? Oh Lord, don't tell me I'm slipping. That's just stress I can't afford, so please tell me this is different. I got sweaty palms when I shake your hands. I don't take no chance. Girl, you ain't my girl and you ain't my man. You know, I don't trust nobody at first glance at all. Out to take my soul and take my capital. They tell me I'm stressing on things that ain't me. Oh well, that may be true, but I can't change how I feel. So, baby, I'm way too high. Or is there something going on? I can't see with my eyes. With my eyes, oh. Is that shit all summer. Don't wait till it's way too late. Don't let them get over. You might have to make them pay. Regret that shit all summer. Something's just not right here.
Cause I always got that 425. Man, I got so high I couldn't even drive. Look at what I did by 25, nigga. Dizzy OG think I we alive. Cause I always got that 425. You know I got it. I always got that 425. You know I got it, nigga. You know I keep that 425. Blaze one with me then. Dizzy OG think I we alive. Hey, Dizzy OG all up in my paper. Hey, but is he right about to run for mayor? Whoa. Started my label, now they think I'm giving out favors. Too bad, a couple niggas that I used to fuck with turned into haters. Don't be hitting my line, cause I ain't got the time. I told you once, nigga don't front online. I know what the fuck you want. Seeing through these fools, mad cause I make their girlfriend booty move. With my G ways, I'm just too damn cool. Nigga, what like blue to you? Hey, looking mad at me. I be smoking, I be mad happy. I don't really worry about these niggas that be making comments, throwing jabs at me. Dad hat feeling dab happy with the 425. Hey, I love Vegas for the 24/7 side. You can see that I always got that 425. Man, I got so high I couldn't even drive. Look at what I did by 25, nigga. Dizzy OG think I we alive. Cause I always got that 425. You know I got it. I always got that 425. You know I got it, nigga. You know I keep that 425. Blaze one with me then. Dizzy OG think I we alive. Hey.
Word around town is Debbie down the road. They ain't never lied. All my bitches fly. April 25. Yeah, that's right. Bitch, I feel like Pac. Circa 95. Screaming death to all my haters. We can't let it slide. Bitch, I'm about to ride. Suicide. It's a suicide. Fucking with the squad. Never televised. Pray to stay alive. Play your lane or test your luck against the crew. Bitch, you decide. Foolish pride. Got these bitches out of pocket. I'm just cheating with the tribe. Let's get high. Bitch, I'm blowing back to back to back. Kobe Shack. I'm too fucking high to see a hoe react. I'm too fucking faded to see you salty. I made it. They hated from the beginning. My pedals still hit the pavement. Oh, looking mad at me. I be smoking, I be mad happy. Yeah, they used to laugh at me. Now promoters throwing cash at me. Money long, now weed is strong. Now bitch, I be living that high life. Blowing that kush be the highlight. Pass me a light, now the vibes right.
Always got that 425. Man, I got so high I couldn't even drive. Look at what I did by 25, nigga. Dizzy OG think I we alive. Cause I always got that 425. You know I got it. I always got that 425. You know I got it, nigga. You know I keep that 425. Blaze one with me then. Dizzy OG think I we alive. Hey.
positive. Love is all we got to give.
Bringing forth the remedies. Listen to the melodies.
We're living for beyond today. Never we be led astray.
Come my people fight again. Natty dread right again.
Well, not riding on, not keeping strong.
Right on.
Ride on,
Natty right, yeah.
ride on. Roots and reality we bring to you. Hear that? Positive vibration, yeah, yeah.
Right, yeah.
Tread on, tread on, tread on.
Right on, yeah.
You are listening to DFZ Radio Network. We are live. Make sure you call in 562-653-0707. That's 562-653-0707. Farm to Table Cannabis coming up at 5 p.m. Let's go.
Hey, right now you're locked onto General Hydroponics Volume 4. Medicine for your plants, music for your soul. Play a tune.
Going to a party where music is in session. Going to a party where music is in session. We're going to a party, a General Hydroponics party. We're going to a party, a General Hydroponics party. Going to a party where music is in session. Going to a party where music is in session. Session, session.
Hey, you know this is New Kingston, so watch it, you know. General Hydroponics, you're large. Watch it, you know.
Yeah. Got to find a way. Hey, come listen me now. Hey. Well, the sun hot like this Kingston fire. Man, I look and work and can't get higher. Me smoke the herbs so me can get higher. I feel burn them up, me no shot of fire. The youth them go to school and you teach them mere lie. Up them out the street and not know them shoe size. Pocket full of paper just to make it fit right. Anything just to get by.
Jaja, yes, him put me to the test, I know. Jaja, bless me anywhere I go. Jaja, give me strength to defeat my foes. Whoa.
We got to find a way.
Whoa.
Just show why the way.
Whoa.
Got to find a way. Just show why the way. Hey, in my town, people, the things them know what to do. I've been juggle 3 jobs just to feed them you. But Sophia raised, but them not raised the truth. Them know what we they are, so we sing it in the booth. That we have to work harder now. Them know we stronger now. I don't know harder now. Your people hear me now. Feel with life, so we are gonna take back control. I feel with life, so them not gonna take where we soul.
Jaja, yes, him put me to the test, I know. Jaja, bless me anywhere I go. Jaja, give me strength to defeat my foes. Yeah.
Got to find a way. Just show why the way. Got to find a way. Just show why the way.
All my people. fi stand firm. All this Kingston fire is gonna burn. Yes, my people stand up strong. How long we gonna suffer too long? All my people have to stand firm. Yes, this Kingston fire is gonna burn. All my people stand up strong. How long we gonna suffer too long?
Got to find a way. Joshua the way. Got to find a way. Joshua the way.
Yeah, man, General Hydroponics. The thing a blaze like the Kingston fire. Mad!
Them said, ain't that a dreadlock, so the way you come from, you must have two stickers sensi under your tongue. I said, no, officer, Lord, you must be mad. He only smokes cigarettes and strictly shag. Oh,
it's all about that. Mary Jane. Hey, you know what? I'm a sad, Yep. I'm yawning 6 a.m. in the morning. I'm breaking out the bag of weed. I break it up, then I'm rolling. Fuck it, I'm jonesing. Waking, baking, I'm stoning. There's a girl in the bed rolling. Fuck it, I'm boning. Okay. Lighting trees up till Smokeout. I'm puffing on the best, you just smoke it some that's just okay. Yeah. You go smoke that hay. I'm alright. I'ma smoke that high grade every day. I know still high grade when me smoking. They must see things say a joke thing when me alla. I just it high grade when me smoking. They must see things say a joke thing when me alla. Give me that good. Call the risk, call it the fucking butterfucker. Jabba base on the base. Straight from Cali FedEx. I'm like, hold up, what's next? I'm smoking so much I got a motherfucking pain in my chest. Yeah. Going bananas, I roll a couple, split them motherfuckers look like bananas. Yeah, Cooper bananas, I'm trees, ocean savannas. I'm living life, plus a couple bricks that shot for me nanas. I'm talking about high grade when me smoking. They must see things say a joke thing when me all a burn me ganja vibe, burn me ganja vibe, burn me ganja vibe, burn me ganja vibe. High grade when me smoking. They must see things say a joke thing when me all a. Troubles away, yeah, and she don't stray too far from the west end. Nah, she's always been close to me. When she's around, I just drift away. Yeah, high grade is the type of love that she give to me. High grade, me need her each and every day. High grade, come check me today. I need the high grade, you know. Mary Jane, that's my best friend. She's always been good to me. Come and take all my troubles away. And some people say I learned my lesson. She's not right and she's not good for
Mary Jane away. Cause she's the high grade is the type of love that she give to me. High grade, me need her each and every day. High grade, come check me today, Mary Jane. High grade, you know. She am my first love. Whoa. Yeah. She never leave me lonely. Yeah. She am my first love. Whoa. Yeah. High grade is the kind of love that she give to me. High grade, me need her each and every day. High grade, come check me today. I need the high grade.
Keep waking up now. Rising up, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Babylon, you hypocritic enemy. You create more problems than you got the remedy. You're misleading and deceive my people endlessly. And then you wonder why me never want you next to me. Your civilians are like slaves, like in servitude. And the only way you keep them is to keep them from the truth. While your institutions keep indoctrinate the youth. We hear you speak of hope and change, then you leave no proof. Babylon, you're smart, now this is more than true. But when the people wake on up, they'll come straight after you. There's no escaping from the plans we got set out for you. You see your men, women, and children coming after you. Life with you's illusion, not reality. And for anyone who wants some peace, you name insanity. You subdue my people with stories and fantasies. False governments, false courts, false authorities in this iration. All nations, one people, one destiny, yeah. Iration. All nations, one people, one destiny. Babylon, you are a sickness to society. There is no other that could claim more notoriety. With all your chemical concoctions of variety, what you really seek is for my people to go quietly. But what they're really getting ill from is your mind control. It has diminished our intelligence and numbed our souls. Manipulation of the masses is your only goal. You may have succeeded, but the difference is now we know. So what you gonna do without our energy? Cause now we're using it to make a brand new energy. Yeah, we infuse our meditation, our philosophies, learning to transcend beyond the realms of this reality, yeah. So Babylon, it's over now, it's time you go. When one foundation's a rotten, you can't go no more. So lift your eyes and set your sights upon that door. And get the out of our lives, don't come back no more in it. Iration. All nations, one people, one destiny, yeah.
sad song on the track, yeah. Tubby Love got your back, say. Alright.
Well, these days it's hard to be, hard to let go, said it's hard to see. It seems there's always something to trying to keep us down. War of a world turned upside down, but I see love, so sing it out. Well, this song is timeless, transcending the world and unscathed by violence, and I won't let them harden me. Well, I know there's work to do. Putting my gloves on, said I work with you. Cause I know we can be the change, yeah. And sometimes it's hard, but it must be done. So I'm gonna be love, I'm gonna birth strength, gonna be where I'm at and give thanks. Take my time, admit when I'm wrong, write it all down and sing a new song. I'm gonna be free, gonna be me, cause I know that it's all that I have to be. I'ma be bold, find strength there. Oh, now I'm gonna be love. I'm gonna be love, yeah. I'm gonna be love. Be love, yeah. I'm gonna be love, yeah.
This one's for my tribe, one tribe, because we're all in this together, yeah. Living in crucial times, and we can make a change. We can make a change. We can learn how to love each other, and how to live in a sacred way. Great Creator, keep on growing us strong, and keep it growing strong. Give us roots in our foundation to carry the healing song, yeah. If this is our chance to truly make a difference and get off the fence, grab your friends and get into it. We can all sing. Try it out.
Well, sometimes it's hard, but it must be done. So I'm gonna be love, I'm gonna birth strength, gonna be where I'm at and give thanks. Take my time, admit when I'm wrong, write it all down and sing a new song. I'm gonna be free, gonna be me, cause I know that it's all that I have to be. I'ma be bold, find strength there. Oh, now I'm gonna be love. I'm gonna be love, yeah. I'm gonna be love. I'm gonna be love, yeah. I need my mama to tell me that everything is okay. I need my father to call me and say remember to pray. I need my brothers and my sisters in different phases, reminding me wherever I'm at, that's where my place is. I know I won't be here long, and I know that I'm often wrong, but I got this song, said I was meant to sing it. If you got one, come bring it. Now let go of hate and we'll co-create. I said the song that could heal the nation. No more waiting, twiddling my thumbs, but I lost my patience. Time to unify, cause that's where the strength is. I know it's hard to be the change when everything looking so strange. Gotta stay hopeful, gotta take time to pray. We need guidance if we're gonna try to lead the way. Sometimes it's hard, but it must be done. So I'm gonna be love, I'm gonna birth strength, gonna be where I'm at and give thanks. Take my time, admit when I'm wrong, write it all down and sing a new song. I'm gonna be free, gonna be me, cause I know that it's all that I have to be. I'ma be bold, find strength there. Oh, now I'm gonna be love. I'm gonna be love, yeah. I'm gonna be love. I'm gonna be love, yeah.
Just be love.
Put your hands up. Yeah. You're now rocking with the letter F. Yeah. I write a masterpiece. Glories of the streets, baby.
Yeah. Y'all should kiss the ring and want me to rain. The way flowers wish for spring. My punchlines provoke fish to swing. Till the wrist is brain. Who this won't exist this same. Thought he was fly, but he missed his plane. He scared pissless. This wise mistress gave me promiscuous brain. And this is just the tip of the iceberg that stabs you in cold blood. Now you sleep with the fishes and vicious piranhas. I'm convinced your persona's fictitious ever since I sent you with tenses cabanas. Besides amateurs, niggas with plaques duck me and Maybachs when they should have been pushing Dodge Challenges. That suits them the best. You don't compute, you can rest in a suit or on your back with a boot in the chest. It's just a loot in the flesh. This kind of gift will leave a mutant impressed. Don't get cut up like a slug after shooting the vest. What could these niggas lack or tell me? Fuck a comeback, this shit is like Machiavelli and hard to stomach like mixing cognac or Belvy. Official industry niggas contact the Sally, so y'all can soon bow after I blow, cause I balloon now. From coming sharp off the dome like Coon Loud, the first to set it. For spitting your verse pathetic, I'll give you the curse, the hearse, or the nurse and medic.
International F. And I'm back in effect. This is rapping for real. You're now rocking with the letter F. Check it out. Blast to the real, master with that massive appeal. Mash on the field, fast out to kill. Pass me the steel. You'll end up in the casket concealed. Moments after that gag get revealed. This ain't backpack rap, this is caps getting peeled. Cracks to the grills, stack full of bills, racks for the grill. Gas mask full of hash, how we build. It's not a paragraph, it's a pill. Black, I'm the furthest thing from ratchet, I'm chill. Refrigerator, couldn't find a nigga greater than I. Through my peripheral, see the hate in their eyes, it's pitiful. In comparison, you guys is invisible. Militant thoughts from the mind of a general combined with a criminal. Sincere, 25th year. I shit cushion, piss beer. I'm connecting with my nigga from the slum. No, I'm not from Queens, but I did it from my duns to my village. You should come. I suggest for you enter Grizzly City, get a gun. Pap Pap said to send me when it sung. I'm writing to the sirens that scream through the ghetto. When it comes to pulling strings, I'm Geppetto. Seen everything but this level still. Attached to a triple beam in the treble is F. Respect. Nigga, yes. Check. Fashion. Make the masses mine. From the bottom to the top. Kiss the ring.
Try to pin me down now.
motion. A heavy mojo coming straight from the ocean. Let it out and fit it in, an inching portion. A touch of sunlight has me caught up in the notion. Giving what you have to give, a sweet devotion. A living, breathing, healing state of emotion. Honoring each other's kin, ego implosion. Your best self in a fabulous explosion. And you can find me up in the groove, killing it with the sickest rhythm only. No other people can spoil my mood. A life without music can be lonely. So come and shake out your everyday blues, kicking it till the sun warms up the morning. And when it's time to return to the gloom, yeah, you know we shared a little moment. Oh yeah, 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 we shared a little moment. Whoa, whoa, yeah, we shared a little moment. Learn about your suffering without imposing. A gentle breeze putting everything in focus. Channeling the love within, subconscious learning. A deep-rooted answer breeding all the hurting. Underlying innocence, a passion burning. The motivation measured straight from the earning. Living free and tempting sin, unscripted yearning. This situation can be dangerously curving. And you can find me up in the groove, killing it with the sickest rhythm only. No other people can spoil my mood. A life without music can be lonely. So come and shake out your everyday blues, kicking it till the sun warms up the morning. And when it's time to return to the gloom, yeah, you know we shared a little moment. Yeah, 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 we shared a little moment. Whoa, whoa, yeah, we shared a little moment. And you can find me up in the groove, killing it with the sickest rhythm only. No other people can spoil my mood. A life without music can be lonely. So come and shake out the everyday blues, kicking it till the sun warms up the morning. And when it's time to return to the gloom, yeah, you know we shared a little moment. And you can find me up in the groove, killing it with the sickest rhythm only. No other people can spoil my mood. A life without music can be lonely. So come and shake out your everyday blues, kicking it till the sun warms up the morning. And when it's time to return to the gloom, yeah, you know we shared a little moment. Whoa, whoa, yeah, we shared a little moment. Yeah, 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 we shared a little moment. Whoa, yeah, we shared a little moment. Yeah, yeah, we shared a little moment.
Life is like a game of FIFA. You can kick it or you can reach your goals. Maybe you can do both. Maybe your music gets known. You need to prove that you focus. I'm more than blowing that smoke. I'm on my Michael Jordan, Michael Johnson, Michael Jackson in his prime. Tiger Woods of this rap shit, been rapping my whole life. You just clubbing every night and be struggling on the mic. But the hustle isn't nothing when you in love with the grind. Moving product like I'm Nino, mobbing like I'm CeeLo. Caribe no Latino, I be half Asian and gringo. Catch me with a rum on the rocks, walking the walk, girl on my job. Talking like she wanna take me back to a spot. Not from Houston, but I'm rapping a lot. Yeah, making music like you trapped in a box. I'm breaking the locks, changing the game, not chasing the charts. And if we on the same page, show me what you got. How you work, 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 work. Fell in love with the game at the age of 13. Wet dreams of taking over the scene. Was a microphone fiend, still addicted to the feeling of letting out my feelings. Bet if I'm in the building, I'm killing. Everything moving, if you playing, you're losing. If you staying where you at, you ain't building a movement. I ain't chilling, I'm cooling. Like a villain, I swoop in. And I ain't stealing nothing, cause the Zilla is the blueprint. Son of an immigrant, my mother been working since summer of 76. Not talking, we living it. Yeah, we living it. I'm the evidence. I was born, microphone checking it. Never been a lazy one, even when blazing on. 7 times a day, making straight A's and albums. Raised on that Malcolm, working like Cesar Chavez. Now I'm working with Amp Live. Guess you can see the progress. Work. Show me love, Southzilla. Show me love. Show me love worldwide. Show me love. Go.
We running and we can't look back. Don't wanna stay in a Babylon truck. Oh yes, we running and we can't look back. Don't wanna turn in a north south. Running and I can't look back. Don't wanna stay in a Babylon truck. Oh yes, I'm running and we can't look back. Oh no.
DFZRadio.com.
Feeling
feeling so high. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Cook up that hydro make me feel high. Feeling so high. Roll up that hydro make me feel fine. Roll up that hydro make me
Timer's
feel
going
fine.
off. Something's burning in the oven. Oh no, that's me. That's the fucking dabs. Fucking Chaz the banger again. God damn it, chef. Welcome. This is the Farm to Table Cannabis Show. I am your banger's favorite Chazer, and we're gonna get all up in your ear for the next hour. We're gonna be talking about edible news, some product reviews, and we're also gonna be doing an interview with some of the top names in the industry. We are very excited to bring all this to you every week on Farm to Table Cannabis, and as always, we're going to bring you up to date on everything going on in the cannabis industry right now. So sit back, relax. You ain't got to pay nothing but attention, and you might even learn something. We got the Sound Man Saint, co-host extraordinaire, making me sound good every time.
What up, what up?
Yeah, that's right. And we got a good show lined up for you. We got Roken Vapes in the studio. We're going to be talking everything about the evolution of the vape industry. We got some new products. We got some holiday gifts. You're putting your stocking stuffers. And we've also going to be talking about some cannabis cocktails, too. We've got Celine. She's going to be coming on. She's got a great knowledge when it comes to mixing with cannabis and cocktails and CBD and cocktails. And she's got a book called I Love CBD Cocktails. So she's going to be discussing that with us, lacing our tennis shoes. And, we might even have some giveaways today. So 562-653-0707. Call in now. And we're going to get started as we do every week with some news. And we're going to take this one to Canada for a minute because we got some stuff going on. It doesn't just affect Canada, but the entire psychedelic industry in its whole. So we've got this first article is going to be from Bloomberg. And they're going to talk about a big gift to the psychedelic industry. And we just got a big rejuvenation for mental health because Steven Jurvetson, the co-founder and future venture and board member of SpaceX, told in a one-on-one outside conference lecture hall that he's a true believer in the industry and the mission to fix the state of mental health care. So much so, in fact, that he decided last week to carve up his own estate, giving around half of his net worth to fund psychedelic science. See, a lot of people talk about psychedelics, and a lot of people don't necessarily want to get involved yet because it's in that gray area. But I mean, man, big shout out to a corporate guy, an entrepreneur, Steven Jurvetson. He's putting a big spotlight on this. Jurvetson, who is a former partner at the venture capitalist firm Draper Fisher Jurvetson, didn't say what amount that he was going to give or specify the recipients, but let's just say it like this, guys. He's fucking breaded, all right? The money that he can inject into that side of research is huge. The gift is one of many donations that an offbeat source that's helped stoke research in a field that's determined to do two things differently: organize and the public benefits and the corporation of multiple disciplinaries associated for psychedelic studies, and MAPS for the Psychedelic Science Funders Collaboratives, a nonprofit organization that have both accepted charitable donations to fund research that could lead to blockbuster, life-changing mental health drugs.
That's really cool.
On a panel titled Catalytic Funding, Jurvetson and his co-patrons talked about the dynamics of the industry, and he was quoted as saying, "I've learned anything from Tesla and SpaceX that the mission-driven businesses are better to invest in." The former Tesla board member said that not only can they tackle the big, hairy problems of the world better than science and sclerotic public companies beholden, Jurvetson said that they also attract dedicated employees willing to work hard. And then early shareholders in the Alta Life Science, Jurvetson said that they invested in the company focused on technology for psychedelics as a medicine and other neuroscience innovations. So that's a crazy big step in the right direction. Mental health is something that is so overlooked, whether it's in the United States or Canada and all over the world. There's so much stigma around it, and there's becoming more and more evidence that psychedelics might be that key to unlocking things that we didn't know about mental health. So big shout out to the CEO guy and Steven Jurvetson for doing something different and doing it outside the box. Saint, you want a ticket to J fucking Ersey to fucking Jersey?
Hell yeah, I do.
Oh, for fuck! Let me tap in with my boys. Let me make a phone call real quick. Yo, this is a chef. I'm gonna be in your neighborhood. Hey, yo, Polly said you gotta bring some of the gabagoo. Oh, I'll be over there with the gabagoo then. So let's take it to Jersey.
You gotta goo what you gotta goo.
Gotta goo what you gotta goo. We got 30 more medical dispensaries opening up in Jersey. J fucking Ersey Regulatories Tuesday approved 30 new licensed companies who will sell medical cannabis, more than doubling the number of retail locations for a growing pool of patients who for years complained about drugs, long commute lines to obtain their cannabis. And the Cannabis Regulatory Commission voted to award provisional licenses to these 30 companies, 10 each in central, north, southern regions of the state. Tuesday night's announcement is essentially part 2 of the medical marijuana program, long-awaited expansion, first proposed in 2019 but delayed because of legal challenges. In October, the commission awarded permits to 14 growers, and we talked about that here on Farm to Table, and they applied for licenses in 2019. In recognition of the program's stifled growth and delays, the commission's executive director, Jeff Brown, recommended doubling the numbers of cultivators. So, you know, we're finally getting some positive news in the cannabis industry. It was not just all bad stuff and taxes, and California is a fucking middle of a hydropocalypse, but, you know, you take it out to J fucking Ersey, who has been for so long stifled for safe access. Safe access in Jersey has not been a fucking thing. And this is sound like it's going to make it not just accessible, but doubling down on the amount of licenses that they were originally going to have. So, well done, Jersey. All they had to do is get rid of Chris Christie. That's crazy.
Think about that.
It's crazy. Oh, hold on. We got a phone call. They already want to know. So, but we do got to go to California for a minute because it is pretty wild out there. There's been a lot of robberies lately. We got to take a minute to, send our love and thoughts to the homies over at the Mystery Baking Company. Those guys were subject to an armed robbery and had an assault.
Did they catch anybody yet?
No, nobody's been caught yet, and we're gonna post those pictures later. You can check it out on DFZ. Or
did they leave that guy in there?
They pistol whipped the chefs. They pistol whipped the kitchen staff. They stole tons of stuff. This is a very cash heavy business too. So if you get a safe, unfortunately, it didn't.
They just ripped it right out the wall.
Yeah, and I mean, so you look at what's going on out there, and you got to stay safe. And MJ Biz Daily, they were writing about it too. Another spat of violent robberies targeting marijuana business in San Francisco too. So it's in Los Angeles all the way up to the north, and at least one person was shot. And a scandal has emerged over the San Francisco police officers apparently looking on while the burglars made off with the cannabis. And so it's got a lot to do with the policing. People are turning their eyes to these violent robberies because it's in the cannabis industry. If it was any other industry, if they were doing this up at the Grove, smashing windows and pistol whipping fools in the restaurants, this would be all over the news. But there's no highlight. There's no platform to get this information out. So, if you can do anything, go check the link in my bio. Go help out Magical Mystery Baking Company. Magical Mystery Baking Company. That's going to be a franchise name right there. Write that one down. Yeah. But yeah, go help them out, man, because they're good dudes. They've been on the show so many times. They've helped everything from catering, the Hawthorne after parties. They stood up in the middle of NJ BizCon and for funding and fucking taught everyone how to do the funding and do it right. Like, it's just, it's all about doing it and supporting your friends. So We're thinking about you, Mystery Baking guys. We love you guys. And then, speaking of baking, we got to end this on a soft note. 850-pound pot brownie cooked up in Massachusetts, guys. This shit's fucking wild.
Wow.
I knew a lot of you guys were hitting me up in my DMs about this one. But so basically they made a fucking brownie that was so damn big that it broke a fucking world record, and I didn't even know that there could be records for that. But this massive infusion by Mary Med Inc., a multi-state cannabis operator, concentrated the soft bakey brownie at their processing cultivation in New Bedford. I'm going to quote one of their employees here. There were 5 to 6 of us. We really focused on the brownie for several weeks, Ryan Crandall, who is a chief product officer, senior vice president of sales, he told the news. The brownie is potentially the largest confection ever created across the globe, measuring 3 feet wide by 3 feet long and 15 inches tall. They took it down to the harbor.
Wow, that's a big brownie.
And you know what? A lot more. It's had 20,000 milligrams of THC in it. it's still barely enough to get black market high. And basically, this is one of the most medicated products that's ever been made in the history of cannabis, and it's all over the news now. And I think it's hilarious because it's sending a spotlight on the edible industry. And people have always been so weary of edibles, and oh my God, they're too strong. Well, now people are just breaking records and shit, making the biggest thing they can make just for the sake of publication. That's when when weed prices are low and these motherfuckers start putting that shit out. That the weed prices are low when they start making an 850-pound brownie.
I wonder, will that be in the Guinness Book of World Records?
It's good. I hope they put some spotlight on that. But yeah, that's the news. And I mean, dude, we try to bring this to you every week so that you know that the industry is moving forward and the news is not always gray. It's still it's still a positive industry to be in. So we're going to be coming back here in a few. We're going to do an interview. We got to pay some bills. And we're going to be talking to Daryl with Roken Vapes. We've got Celine. We're going to be talking some cannabis-infused cocktails. So we're going to pay some bills. We'll be right back with an interview from Celine with CBD cocktails. And Saint, as always, let's hear some 562.
Yeah, right. This is the Saint 562 right here, California, featuring Baby Eazy-E. Rest in peace, Eazy-E. Let's go.
7-7 L code, riding down the west coast. Candy paint dripping cause I just got a fresh coat. California raised me, an LA baby. The Chevrolet raisin, scraping on Dayton's, riding down Rosecrans. Get with the program, call me the drone man, the hydros potens. Got your eyes low, lower than the ocean. Just west coasting through the coast with the potion and the best dro to smoke. The baddest bitches, girls in bikinis with ass and titties. The hustle game easy, you just can't believe till you see me on TV. Drive down the wrong street, might see the tech smoke. Hop in the ride and let's go to the west coast. This life is like a movie. You meet a model bitch, then you fuck her like a groupie. California, 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 yeah, the county of LA. California, California,
Compton, California, yeah, the city where I was raised. Second son of Eazy-E, so don't be amazed. Same nigga, same flow, same mind frame. I'm all about the Lucci. Fuck minimum wage, cruising through these Cali streets, smoking on this OG. Cash rules everything around me, I need more cream. West Coast, get it in. What the fuck you think? Saying I'm riding with you, really though, this money in the bank. E3 hotter than the California forecast. Burning up these tracks, nigga, I need more cash. Yeah, I'm a bona fide hustler. Fuck with my family or cash and I'ma cut ya. Real G's get it, that's only the obvious. Go against us, you know you facing the consequence. I love my state, but I really hate the politics. Better keep stepping, buddy boy, in the pile of shit. Yeah, in a pile of shit. E3, get it in, nigga, I'm live as shit. 3, 2, 1.
California, yeah, the county of LA. California, California, California. What else can I say? California, A, in the county of LA. Just me and Mary Jane. As the world keeps spinning, like gold 100 spokes, engine running, Chevy gunning down the coast. Just let it roll. Who doesn't love to see a 6-4 hop down the block, banging Eazy-E and Pac? Motherfuck the cops. I drove in my ride, but I ain't even tripping. It's another summer night and about to get the dipping. It's California, A, got some beautiful women. Gotta see it for yourself, it's such a beautiful vision. Palm trees, palm weed, won't you ride with me? West Coast in, floating through these Cali streets. 'Cause 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 'cause
it's BKJ on Team King, and you listening to DFZ Radio. What?
Launch crew, ready to reservoir.
What's the load factor, sir?
Bringing the Riser Blast liquid at 2 mils per gallon.
Okay, sir. We are loaded and ready to launch.
10, 9.
Okay, men. It's time to blast off into the plant's root zone and into another galaxy of root growth.
Rhizoblast is a proprietary blend of seaweed and the single-celled algae chlorella. Chlorella's abundance of amino acids and minerals contribute to its value in hydroponics. The benefits using Rhizoblast are explosive root growth, the use with any growing medium or hydro system, its ideal use for transplanting, and the enhancement of your plant vigor and fast-flowering plants. Let your plants have a blast and see a world of a difference with Rhizoblast from Botanicare. Check it out at www.botanicare.com.
This is Mark with Cannabis Supper Club, and you're listening to DFZ Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis with the Hydroponic Chef.
I've been up 6 days.
Using crack and cocaine to get high, that's what you say you love. But it's really insane, you could die, what are you thinking of? 'Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine, there's terrible trouble behind it.
We are doing the gruff.
Yes.
I asked Saint to cue this up because I think it's safe to remind people, okay?
It's never too late.
It's never too late to remind you. No crack and no cocaine.
Crack is whack.
Crack's still whack, guys. We're back. Farm to Table Cannabis.
We'll have more McGruff later.
We'll have more McGruff for sure. We're going to remix that one. We might pull that one out for the Heavy Tea Show later, too.
Oh, yeah, we're going in.
But we want to introduce our first guest of the evening. And she's been doing it for many moons, mixing cocktails. She knows a few things about mixing a few things. And let's introduce Celine to the Farm to Table Cannabis Show for a big first opportunity to be on the show. Welcome. Welcome for coming. Thank you, Celine.
Thank you.
Am I saying that right?
Thank you, guys.
That's great. I appreciate that. Thank you for coming on. And so we first got to start off by saying, like, wow, the book, thank you so much for educating the masses on proper dosing techniques and, you know, healing with the power of this plant. So a big thank you. Let's get
thank you.
Let's get into it. Like, you know, when you're talking about bringing some of this talent and putting it on paper, you know, what does it take to, like, put all this knowledge into a book, into a digestible form? Because there's so much knowledge out there when it comes to mixing and mixology alone, and then you add CBD or THC, and gosh, the possibilities are endless. So how are you compiling this information?
Thank you. Hey, I'm so honored to just be included. Thank you so very much. That's a fun, exciting question to ask, as my background has been solely focused on THC. I am a giant advocate for this gorgeous plant that unites us all. I started the very first delivery service in Venice Beach, California in 1999.
Whoa, she's dating herself there. Wow.
So I've been really advocating for this plant for a long time. Of course, I was in the legendary market. I started a black market delivery service in 1999 until I was busted in 2003.
An advocate.
And then I went... And then I created a collective so that I could run under medical marijuana. And I ran under medical marijuana in a delivery service in west side of Los Angeles until 2016 when we passed legalization, legal adult consumption. And that changed the game for the California cannabis platform. Unfortunately, it didn't go in my favor. A woman of color, a woman in the industry. No, they wouldn't give me a license. So the best, greatest joy of my life is making the pivot. And so I can still advocate for this plant. I still show up for it. I still educate. And now I get to expand my knowledge from not just the part that we love that gets us high, but to all the other cannabinoids and cannabidiols in that beautiful plant that really does have so many benefits. So I've made a pivot to an ancillary cannabis platform to a women's wellness group called Glowing Goddess Getaway.
Nice.
And from there, I had a show on the Mary Jane channel called Smoke in the Kitchen, where I really did pair fine foods with fine cannabis. And so that was really the onset of my exposure to the public of really loving food, drinks, and cannabis and elevating the experience of cannabis. So when I made the ancillary shift into a wellness women's group, Simon & Schuster, one of the largest publishing houses there are, they contacted me and said, Mama Saline, we heard you're the cannabis queen and we want you to write this CBD cocktail book. I was shocked.
Game recognized game.
Thank you. I was thrilled and honored. And what it did was it made me get on my task and really do the research to compile all that information that you talk so generously about what I have compiled. It's true. I did do a lot of research. I personally don't even really drink alcohol. So I really had to get my head around how to really sell the idea and really to back the idea of adding CBD or other cannabidiols, other cannabinoids into our alcoholic drinks. However, what I did find is there are really some great benefits to it. It makes the cocktail far more efficient, easy recovery the next day, hardly any hangovers. And most of my friends who've tried it usually drink 2 or 3 drinks a night. If they put CBD or CBN or CBG in their drinks, they're only drinking 1 drink and maybe 2, but it's definitely cut their consumption down because it makes the alcoholic beverage more effective, more efficient.
It has It has a little bit of a synergistic effect too. We call it the crossfaded effect, right?
And so really does.
You know, people are aware of that now when they're consuming cannabis and alcohol together. We always knew back in our experimental days, right? Like, damn, I get fucked up when I smoke some weed when I'm drunk. Well, now when you do it hits you completely different when you're consuming it with alcohol. So, you know, let's talk about that. You compiled all this information, but you also had to sift through some bullshit. So how were you able to?
I did. And I do always come with a caveat to say this book is to promote other cannabinoids, not necessarily THC, into your alcoholic cocktails.
Well said.
I would absolutely put big caution on that. You really have to know your game to go down that. Nothing for newbies. In fact, I really love the whole idea of CBD mocktails. Like for people who don't even consume, that's a great way to set the tone for anyone's party. Everyone's going to feel more relaxed. The social anxieties are going to go out the door. Everyone's going to have a little bit more of a chill vibe and a delicious cocktail to represent what it's bringing to the table to set the tone for a party. So, I really do caution putting THC tinctures or products in alcohol. But B, I'm more a proponent for the CBD or other cannabidiols or cannabinoids.
Yes. So how do you decide what dosing techniques you go with when you're making these recommendations?
That's what funny thing is about this book is that there are over 100 totally classic cocktails. And what I've done is put a spin on each and every one of them of different ways to add your CBD or CBG or CBN into your cocktails. So sometimes it's in the form of bitters, sometimes it's the form of coffee, CBD coffee, sometimes it's the form of tinctures, sometimes in the form of sugar rims or salt rims. So there's all kinds of beautiful ways to incorporate some nanotechnology, great ways to incorporate different ways to incorporate the CBD and other cannabinoids inside your cocktails. And you don't just have to do a tincture every time.
Yes, and see, there's so many more techniques and ways you can do it. It doesn't have to be a tincture. There's can be infusions. There's steeping. Do you have any steeping recipes in the book?
I believe there's a couple of them. There's a hot toddy one in the back, I believe, if I can pull it out. There might be one in there, but not super. That's my next project, but I don't want to talk about that. But that's super exciting. I totally hear you on the steeping aspect, and it's super efficient and super effective.
Well, what are some of your favorite drinks to infuse? Like, what are some of the classics? Because I know if you were throwing a holiday party, you would have something right out the rip that you had to do as your go-to.
Well, let me just grab it because there's so many good ones. I mean, everyone is such a bonus. But, like, you know, holiday party, my God, there's endless. This is all broken down in that way, too, so it's super fun. I just have to pull out the book because I'm like, oh, my God, I actually have to refer to it because I can't remember 100 cocktails.
Maybe they have some infused eggnog.
Infused eggnog. Yeah.
Damn, Daryl from Roken Vape just came in out of left field with the infused eggnog.
Yeah.
That'll put your dick in the
For
dirt.
real. I like the liquid apple pie. You know, and that's a really good one. I really like, where'd it go? This When You're a Jet. It's like vermouth and, oh my God, I don't know. I have all kinds of weird drinks. Okay, let's
I like
see.
me a classic little Moscow Mule, you know, and then you infuse the sugar, the sugar with a little cannabis.
Here's my hot toddy.
That's a good one too, for sure.
Yeah.
So where did all this passion for cannabis come from? Do you garden yourself before?
I do not. You know what? I love working with talented farmers. And I feel like everyone's got to stay in their right kitchen. And I am not good at growing, so I'm not going to put my 2 cents in.
No,
but
understood.
I've been in so many gardens, every type of garden you could imagine, from hydroponic to sun-grown to big, giant greenhouses, sun-dep, whatever it is. I've been in all of them. I so appreciate the love of growing this beautiful plant. I so appreciate all that you add to the education and knowledge behind that and what you offer from the expert to the layman. I think that's absolutely fantastic.
It's a culture. That's it too. And there's so much culture.
I don't grow.
And there's so much culture that goes into it now, Saline. And like people now, they're at this crossroads now where, you know, professionalism is about everything right now. If you don't have professional in the cannabis industry, you can't be a part of it. Culture seems to be like, well, you don't have to have culture to be in this anymore. But I disagree, and I think you got to be able to balance it.
That breaks my heart.
Yeah, you definitely need culture.
Here.
And how are you able to balance that professionalism
always.
and the culture?
I'm a born California girl. I'm a born and raised California girl. I was born in the 60s, raised in the 70s and 80s. Cannabis is my life. I had a near-fatal car accident in my late teens. I learned cannabis was medicine then. I've never taken another pill since. I'm all about plant medicine.
That's it.
The culture is where it's at, and what's come on as a result of adult legal consumption is the loss of the cannabis culture. We as Californians cannot lose the culture. We are the mecca of cannabis culture, and we need to keep that alive, and I'm always here for it. I currently am going to go, after this interview, down the hill to Palm Springs because it's Hall of Flowers, and I want to meet up with the people who are the business, but to remind them that women are on the platform still and that we are here to keep this culture alive.
Minorities
and then I'm flying
women.
right up to Santa Rosa to take part of Emerald Cup, the Emerald Harvest Cup this year. I will never, ever miss one of those, ever, 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 because it's always in great, great honor of the people who live the life of the farmer.
That's right, and we love supporting the people that support the farmers and that support the culture. And we got a caller, we got a special caller coming in. It sounds like Chef Zach is on hold. Chef Zach's going to come on. We're talking about culture and preserving that, along with some professionalism in the industry. And Zach, we've got Saline here, the CBD cocktail queen. What you got going on this holiday season, brethren?
Not too much. Just got my cold room finished, and we're just making a bunch of edibles and trying to have a good time, basically. You know what I mean?
Dude, you ever do any infusions with cocktails with like rosin? Is that something with the cold press?
Honestly, the last time we did a medicated dinner, we did do infused wine with CBD, and we did an infused cocktail, a couple of them. So yeah.
That shit's wild. And I mean, Celine here, she was talking about dosing techniques and you know how to medicate and a couple cocktails to do it. But man, I gotta ask you, what are you doing for the holidays? You ain't got no 850-pound brownie you're cooking, are you?
No, but we're making a brownie tray that's 72,000 milligrams.
Holy shit! How do people get on that list?
You just asked me for one because I'm a homie. I love gifts and shit.
Oh
You know
man,
what I mean?
you so good and you support the community so well. Just like Celine's doing the cocktails, you're doing the food, and I think, dude, that's one of the things that goes together during the holidays, right? Infused cocktails, infused food, and family getting together and appreciating what we got. It's been a rough year for everyone in this industry. We're in the middle of a hydropocalypse, and we know pack prices are low, and people are trying to find a way out of no way. So it's like, dude, what's next? What are we going to expect of this industry? And gosh, how hard do we got to get medicated to make it through 2022?
Man, I'd like that holiday party.
Yeah, for real. But Zach, what's the next event you got going on too? Because you called in. I know you're promoting something. You've been doing the meal pickup meals too, correct?
Yeah, we're doing this pop-ups for now because we're trying to get a restaurant up and running. It's just hard to find like a spot that a landlord wants to rent to you. So we're just doing the pop-ups for now. We're doing like little holiday menus for people to come up pick up desserts and stuff like that, like pies and cookies, like little Debbie cream pie sandwiches and things like that. And I mean, we honestly been selling out every day and stuff when we do it, which is kind of cool. So it's nice to have that support. But I'm just getting ready for my my every year epic ugly sweater party, brother, on the 18th, man. You know what I mean?
Holy shit, it's going down. The ugly sweater. Hey, Celine, I'm going to have to get you on a plane. We're going to have to go up and mix some cocktails up at this ugly sweater party.
Where are we talking?
We're talking Martinez, pretty close to Santa Rosa.
Santa Rosa.
I'm here. I'm there.
Oh,
I'm there.
Celine travels. She travels well. She can be in Palm Springs one week, then she's going to be in Emerald Cup the next week, and then she might make it to San Francisco Expo. This shit's crazy, girl. How do you travel so much?
That's for us. That's for sure. I love San Francisco.
She's about that life.
Zach,
what's the message you an invite then?
What's the next event you're going to be attending this upcoming year? Will we see you at the business convention? Will we see you at Champs?
Yeah, I'm probably going to go to Champs. They keep bugging me about that. I'm going to be going to Emerald Cup this Saturday during the daytime. And the first 10 people that come up and say hi to me and take a picture with me, I will have a very high-dose edible for you to surprise you with and some other goodies.
Holy shit, we got our soundbite.
I hope I get to see you. I'm going to find you Saturday morning.
Well, I'm going to hunt you down, too. So.
Good. Amber you better.
Oh, we got a chef. We got a chef alert going off in the studio. Chef alert going off in the studio. Hey, Zach, we appreciate you calling in, Chef. Anything you want to promote before we go?
No, just be kind to everyone and give to people that aren't fortunate to give to, and make sure if you see someone on the street needs medication or some meds, give it to them.
Met them up, man.
Yeah, I got a jar ready.
Yeah, that's it.
Love that.
Thanks, Zach.
Yeah.
We appreciate you always spreading the good love, man. Call in anytime you want. We always got an open mic for you.
Thanks, Zach.
I definitely will call in next week. Thank you. Take care, okay?
Cheers, brethren. And Celine, that's what you were talking about. It's a culture, and you've got to support the culture. You've got to be culture-oriented. And, the mediocrity will no longer be accepted when it comes to this professional aspect of things. So, I got to ask you a couple things before we let you go. When it comes to, like, infusing for your book, do you got flower and concentrate infusions, or is it mostly tinctures and flower?
No, there's no flower infusion. There's only tinctures or different other types of concentrated CBD in different forms, sugars, salts, bitters, those types of things, coffee. But at the most part, no THC in that CBD book.
Okay, that's what's up. All right. So
But I'm all about the THC, you know that.
So it can ship anywhere in the world then.
So you can ship that anywhere. You send me a cocktail. So hey,
No
where
problem.
can they buy the book ICBD Cocktails?
I would love if they follow me on Instagram at the official Saline.
Mm-hmm.
They can order directly from me, or they can go to my website at Saline, SAILENE.com, Saline.com, easy. Order from me, because if you order from me, I'll personally sign it to you. I'll include a little love gift, and I'll ship it to you for free. Where if you get it at Barnes & Noble or, Amazon, you're not going to get a hand copy. No.
But if I see you in public at the next event or trade show, I want you to dose my drink. When I see you, I'm gonna first thing I'm gonna say, "Oh my God, Saline! Look, I got my cocktail right here. You got your tincture? Because I'm sure you got your little tincture in your handbag."
But I'll THC for you.
Ooh-wee. Ooh-wee.
And if you have infused drinks and you come to Champs, make sure to stop by the Roken booth.
Oh, Roken booth at Champs every year.
You know I'll be there.
All right, so we're gonna play you out to a little McGruff, but we got to ask you, if you weren't doing this, what would you be doing?
Just smoking more and dabbing more. That's all.
That's right. All right. Well, stay lit. We appreciate you educating us on CBD cocktails.
No cocaine or crack.
Yep, the book is CBD Cocktails. Thank you, Celine.
Thanks,
Cheers.
guys.
Thank you.
We'll be back with Roken Vapes. Daryl's going to lace our tennis shoes on some holiday gifts.
Absolutely.
All right. Let's not do anything that McGruff's talking about.
And sooner or later you're burning your brain, making a mess of your mind. 'Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine. There's terrible trouble behind it. And sooner or later you're burning your brain, making a mess of your mind. There is help available for people who have a problem with cocaine or crack addiction. Have them call 1-800-COCAINE for advice. And if someone ever offers you crack or cocaine, be smart.
And you can
Just
also
say
call 562-653-0707. Let us know. We'll be back right here. Hydro Chef at the Hydroponic Chef and Farm to Table Cannabis. That's what it's called, right?
in your brain, making a mess of your mind. 'Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine. There's terrible trouble behind it. And sooner or later you're burning your brain, making a mess of your mind. 'Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine. There's terrible trouble behind it. And sooner or later you're burning your brain, making a mess of your mind.
DFCRadio.com.
Hi, and welcome to Non-Specific Hydro.
Yeah, hey, I have a buddy of mine that was telling me about a great additive.
Okay, do you remember the name?
Yeah, his name's Steve. He's a good buddy.
No, the product.
No, he told me it was a super concentrated organic enhancer. Comes in a yellow bottle.
Well, it sounds like he's talking about Floralicious Plus from General Hydroponics.
I don't think that was the name, but he also told me it was a vegan bioplant stimulator that contained vitamins, plant sugars, amino acids, seaweed extract.
Yeah, that would be General Hydroponics Floralicious Plus.
I don't think that's it, man. He told me it was something like Dora Vicious Flush or something, and he said it was like an organic supplement that could also be used in vegging or flowering, and it was compatible with hydro, soil, and cocoa.
Yes, that would be General Hydroponics Floralicious Plus.
Oh, hey, man. I just remembered what it's called. It's Floralicious Plus.
Oh, good. I was drawing a blank.
Floralicious Plus from General Hydroponics. Ask for it by name.
Yeah, this is Rudy with Cannabis Catered Events, and you're listening to DFC Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis with the Hydroponic Chef.
Hey guys, this is Alice Moon. I'm sending some major love to the Hydroponic Chef. He did an epic job at the High Times Cook-Off, so go follow him. I'm high now.
DFCRadio.com.
What up, people? It's your girl, Justina Valentine, and I'm rocking out with the Saint 562. Let's go.
If I'm rolling up some trees, you can smoke with me.
I smoke my vape pen. I smoke my pen. If you look in my stocking, right next to the tree, I got my vape. My Roken vape.
Hey.
Welcome
Love it.
back. Farm to Table Cannabis, DFZ Radio, and High Times TV.
Yeah, all the jams.
You can watch all our replays on dfzradio.com, watch now, and on High Times TV,
Yes, sir.
Farm to Table Cannabis. And, man, those are to you for free, just for,
It's free,
supporting us.
free 99.
It's, free 50.
That's right.
But you know what? We're going to get into a whole lot of vape talk right now. So sit back, load your vape pen.
Right.
Puff, puff, because Daryl from Roken Vapes is in studio with us getting lit.
Yep. Hello. Thanks for
Welcome.
having me.
A big Farm to Table Cannabis welcome, man. This is your first time on the show.
Yep.
But, dude, ain't our first time talking vapes. We have had some crappy vape pens in the studio. I'm not calling
I'm
out,
sure.
I'm not calling
I'm
out
sure.
names, but we have had some
Crapola.
bootleg fucking vape pens from a janky table of bootleg things, okay? Some shit you wouldn't even buy at the flea market. But you, my friend, you might be the most high-quality vape pen we've had in the studio so
Thank
far.
you. Thank
You
you.
actually even got packaging.
Yes, yes.
We're talking
package?
packaging.
Damn.
So, I mean, man, you've been doing this for many moons now, 5 years in the game, making high-quality products, supporting the smokers in every form. And we wanted to bring you in the studio, talk about the line, talk about what you guys are bringing to the table with some of the new products, and also how you guys got your start. Because the vape pen world, there's a lot of people. Many names are called, but few are chosen.
Oh, there's a lot of players in the game. We've seen a lot come and go.
And so, like, in a world where everyone thinks they own a vape pen company, one man has broken through the stigma.
Right.
Daryl from Roken Vapes, a time-traveling, high-powered mutant of some sort, here to get you lit.
A superhero of vapes.
Superhero vapes. So, let's talk about what was, like, the very first inclination that this was going to be big, because you didn't come from cannabis. You come from a background in health.
Well, I came actually as a background. I started out as an optician.
Okay.
Actually, my family owned optical stores in Northern Virginia, outside Washington D.C. So I got my start there. But cannabis had always been a passion of mine since the 90s. And I would always take a weed vacation once a year. So it would either be Jamaica, Amsterdam. Once a year I had to throw in a weed vacation.
Well, and being from a area that wasn't necessarily friendly on weed,
Yes.
before you had to take vacation just to be able to be safe to consume.
Correct. Well, I always consumed at home, and I was lucky enough to never get caught. But yeah, I wanted to go somewhere where I could just indulge all week long.
So we went from being a weed traveler to probably noticing everyone is hitting vape pens on traveling.
Yeah, and actually, where I first learned about vaping cannabis was in Amsterdam.
Okay.
And I think it was around 2002.
Right.
That's early.
And I saw it, and I was like, wow, this is a really
That's
cool
the
way of
fucking
consumption.
future, for sure.
And I thought, everybody's going to be doing this eventually. So that's kind of where I actually got the brand name Roken from. It's named for the Roken district in Amsterdam. So we paid some homage to where I learned about the vaping.
Hydroponic history.
That makes a lot of sense there. That's well done, a little homage there.
Here's a fun fact.
Yeah, get ready. There's going to be more here. And so when those vape pens were just coming out, we were talking about the weird shit. People were dropping glycerin oil on fucking filters and lighting that shit. There was fucking crazy times back in the early 2000s.
Oh, I remember like a soldering thing connected to a bowl on top of a soldering iron that would heat up with a globe on top,
Guy, people would pull up with their old vape pen to the dude in his car, and he would drop some shit out of a vial in the top of the pen, and now that was your refill. This was before you could go get... So vape pens have come a long way now. We have interchangeable cartridges. We've got a whole industry. We had a fucking epidemic 2 years ago, the vape apocalypse.
Vape crisis, yeah.
So, I mean, with the evolution of vapes, dude, how are you staying fresh? Because you had your first model that came out, and everyone's familiar with the original products.
Original products we don't sell anymore. We actually came out with our Nitro pen and our Cyclone pen, which are our first runs of products that we had. So we started out as a concentrate pen company, and then at the end of 2017, I decided that we wanted to make cartridge batteries, and so I decided to make mini cartridge batteries.
Because everything's discreet now. Everyone wants something easy to use, not just shaped like a pen either. That's got some battery life.
Yeah, I wanted to be. It's cool. It's an accessory. So when you're holding it, it's kind of almost like a fashion accessory going along with your cartridge.
It looks like something you would see in an Apple store. Honestly, the thing definitely got a cooler than a pager look.
And so I thought, back in 2017, I said, these cartridges are probably going to blow up because they're super easy. You don't have to use a grinder or anything like that. You just screw it in, hit the button, and inhale. I mean, how much easier could that be?
Well, how much of effect do you think vape tank, culture and vape culture has had an effect on the huge evolution of this industry and how much more people are coming on and smoking now? Because I know people that don't even smoke weed. They've never smoked weed. They've only smoked a pen.
Yeah, it brings in the cartridges, really bring in a customer base that normally wouldn't have ground up flower and smoked a bong or a bowl. I mean, it's so easy to them. They can just buy it from the store, pop it right in, and they're good to go. So it brought in a whole different crowd. I know our customer base can be anywhere from young 20s to people in their 80s calling us that are using these vape pens.
Well, back to vacation too. It's the travel thing. It's very convenient, and I mean, I'm not saying you should get in a plane and fly with this, but I'm telling you, I have, and it's easier to have a vape product when you're on vacation than it is to try to fly with a joint or fly with any other product. Now, again, I'm just saying, this is for educational purposes only. You don't need to be flying with a vape pen, but if you had to, it's a lot better than trying to take your torch on a plane, which is why I couldn't get back on a plane from Hawaii one time because I tried to bring my torch with me. So they didn't care about the vape pen. It was the torch.
Now, I brought my vape pen to many different places that maybe I shouldn't have, but, and I can tell you it gets in there.
Yes, and so that's the convenience. Convenience is a factor. Also, now with the tank model, too, you can go to any reputable dispensary, pick up a tank, and it's going to fit your threads. Yes. Or do you have an adapter that you need?
No, we don't use any adapters. So all our devices are straight screw-in. We don't have any magnets. And the reason we don't have any magnets is because,
it's a fucking hassle, dude.
I'm a stoner, right? And I lose stuff.
And then I can't find it, and then it's stuck in there, and I can't get the other one. Now I'm yelling at the guy at the dispensary because there's a magnet stuck in my fucking vape tank.
Correct. So when we design our products, it's like we design products that we use for our staff. So it's always like, we make something. It's like, would we use this ourselves? Because we're all cannabis users at Roken. Every single one of us that's there.
Culture.
So, so it's like, if we wouldn't use this, we're not going to sell this to somebody.
Culture oriented, brother.
Oh, it's all about the culture. I think there's always been that camaraderie in the cannabis industry, and I think there's the professionalism too, but really understanding the culture of the user and the people who use cannabis is really important in designing
How
products.
are you able to take that knowledge of knowing your consumer and put out products that were you got to stay new in this game. The fucking vape pens, they're changing every couple of months. It's like fucking LED lighting out here.
Sure.
How are you taking that knowledge and turning it into that new product?
Well, I think, we've always been at the forefront of thinking about what's next. What's going to be the next new product? How can we make the products better? We look at the products, we take in our customer feedback, and we look and we say, all right, well, if we had a complaint or something someone didn't like, how can we make this better? Like, give an example. When we started out with our mini tank in 2017, it was straight 3.7 volts. And this is now about our fourth version, and it actually starts out at 3.6 volts and reduces down to 2.2 while you're hitting it.
Now, to all the rookies out there in Chads that don't know why voltage is important in vape pens, go into that a little bit because I'm feeling kind of chatty right now.
Well, the voltage is like we started out, I think, a lot of the voltages started out kind of based on what the e-cig industry was doing, right? And e-cigs, they burn a lot hotter because the liquid is more more liquidy, right?
Yeah.
When we use our cannabis, it's generally a lot thicker. So we've learned throughout the time that
thick.
we've learned that you don't really need as much heat because we don't want to burn. We want you guys to taste the terpenes in the cannabis
and to last. We want you to actually have a pen that lasts a couple hits instead of turning brown on the first time.
Correct.
You pull it, because if your voltage is not right, you will burn your wax and you will lose flavor of the entire cartridge. It's the easiest way to go and have to bitch at a fucking bud tender whose guy already hates his fucking job already, and now you burnt the vape pen, and now you're yelling at people. So talk about how you guys have control to prevent that.
Well, like, what we did is when we set the voltages like at the 3.6, so it's kind of getting you to the point where it's heating up enough to get a good vapor, a big cloud coming out, but just to the point where it might go past the point where it would burn or start to taste bad. The voltage is reducing down. So it's keeping the oil still hot enough to create the vapor, but not going over the top where it's going to burn that core that's in there.
And it's crucial for when you want vape. We're not trying to smoke. Again, people don't realize there's some technique that goes into making these pens, because when it says vape, you're trying to vape this product. You don't want heavy smoke. You're not. I'm at a sporting event. I'm trying to hit this in the front row of a fucking basketball game, and people are looking at me weird because the vape's turned up too hard.
Right. You know, and you're absolutely right. I mean, a lot of people don't understand when you're going to the higher voltage, you're actually getting, you're getting combustion a little bit in that oil. So yeah, they have a huge cloud, but it's not tasting as well, and the cloud's really big. It's because you're getting a little bit of combustion.
Because we've all seen those chads with the nicotine pens, right? Just taking the biggest fucking, and they come out talking like they got a fucking water in their lungs, and they blow it out and they make a little fucking tornado and a smoke ring. But my question to you is, how much vape could a Chadwick vape if Chadwick could vape?
Well, that's an interesting question.
I was about to ask you that question.
But I mean, there was a minute there where people were hating on vape pens. You know, the vape crisis, the vape apocalypse, the shit we talked about. You know, how were you able to use your knowledge of not just, you know, vape and the culture, but business and, you know, supply chain to make it through a shitty time like that, where a lot of people were kind of sticking their nose up to the
Oh
vape
yeah,
world?
I would say is in the vape crisis, we had lost 70% of our business during vape crisis.
I didn't even know what I was hating on. I was just hating on pens. Like, it's a fucking battery. Put that robot dick in your mouth.
I even had a friend tell me one time during vape crisis that he'd prefer his kids smoking cigarettes than vaping, and I said that's ridiculous, man. That's ridiculous.
That's bad.
You know, yeah. I always tell people this is like smoking and vaping. Neither one of them are healthy, but vaping is certainly a lot healthier than smoking.
Yeah, and when you're able to get the high quality, dude, they're doing steam distillated terpenes now. You know, that's as close as you could get to smoking not plant material. You're literally smoking the fucking oils and resins. We know just from that much knowledge, when you're using less chemicals, it's better for you. We know that people that smoke cigarettes and people that smoke vape pens, you know, it helps people not just kick the fucking tobacco, but it helps them do a more a cleaner smoke. So how do you think the evolution is going to be in the future of the vape thing? Like, when the fuck are you going to put a fucking iPod in one of these things and we're listening to music while on my break while I'm hitting my vape pen?
Well, yeah, I think we're kind of there technologically wise to do that stuff. I think it's always a cost factor of what the consumer wants to pay for. Like we say, is we can build those things, but would they want to pay the price that it would cost to build that technology?
Yeah, and so
and my point is right now is like, nah, they probably just want it to be a good vape.
And that's what the consumer wants now. So let's talk about that. What's your guys' warranty like? You know, everyone wants to know about vape pen warranties.
Well, we have a 1-year warranty on all our products, and we actually have a pretty liberal policy. Our staff is actually
better than you get on your fucking iPhone. You're gonna break your iPhone on the first fucking year.
So we tell our staff to kind of err on the side of the customer if they're not really sure what to do. So we essentially, for our warranty, we only require the customer to send a picture of their vape, a copy of their receipt. If they ordered from our website, we'll be glad to look up the receipt for them, and we'll ship them a replacement product for free if that occurs.
And so the thing about the vape industry too is, if you're going to choose a vape pen, you got to choose a company that's been around 5 years, like Rokin, because these other guys selling you at the fucking at the kiosk at the mall, the guy's offering you a fucking 2-year warranty. The guy ain't even been around a year. The guy's offering you it's fugazi, it's fictitious, it doesn't exist, as Matthew McConaughey would say.
Well, as I always say, like we see guys with lifetime warranty, and lifetime warranty is great, but the honest thing is that no battery is going to last your lifetime.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
it's just not going to
selling
happen.
you on a lifetime warranty at the kiosk, slapping the knockoff vape pen from China in his hand. This motherfucker right here. This thing right here, this will last a lifetime. This lithium ion came straight from Afghanistan. Our soldiers fought for this. If you don't buy this vape pen, you're not patriotic. You're not American. That's how they will sell you on vape pens at the fucking sesh or at the fucking trade shows or at the mall. But you're at these trade shows now. You've got a reputable brand there.
Yeah, we're at Champs. We're at, we're going to, I think next show we're doing is Las Vegas and Champs in Vegas. So we're doing both of those back to back within, I think, the same week.
What do you think about everyone trying to come in this industry now? Like vape pens are a new thing. Like you see people coming in like it's fucking new. Like the vape pen hasn't been around for 20 years and shit. These guys are at the show like they've improved upon technology, but it's the same old vape pen. How are you guys improving upon technology?
Well, we're always trying to think about like what's next, what we can do. Like I said, putting the power curve here. Like when we have our new Stinger, that's a concentrate device. How we have the tip here that it has no metal contact. So
wait a minute, you evolved not just from tanks, but now you've got concentrate devices. So you've got both best of both worlds.
Oh, we're going to be having everything. We even actually have our prototype here of our newest dry herb vape.
Holy shit. So, I got to ask, inquiring minds want to know, what can I put DMT in and what can I not? Oh, wait, let me see. That red thing in your hand? Let me see that thing. I think
I'm not sure what you can put DMT in, but if it has the same consistency as CBD or THC, I imagine it will work.
This will work just fine. As your attorney, I don't advise anyone out there to go doing drugs or anything, but this Roken vape, I'm gonna test this thing out, not with some DMT, all right?
And if you want, it's got a bubbler there. So
wait a second, you can put water in this thing?
Yep.
That's some next level shit.
And that just smooths it out a little bit, and we got a bubbler there, so it fits in your pocket.
Saint, spit in this for me. I need some water.
I got some beer.
Me and Saint are really close like that.
Or BFFs.
BF trade spits. Okay, so let's go through the technology. Is this as easy as a soldering iron? Is literally hold down the button and it's going to heat up?
Well, we've got a 2-click preheat mode, so depending on how hot you like to get the nail, you can either do 1 preheat or 2. I like to get my stuff hot and do 2.
Oh, so you double click it heats up, kind of like the Puffco style.
Yep, and we also have 4 temperature settings there. So like the green, I believe, is the second lowest setting.
Oh, I can smell it.
You can go up to like the yellow or the red, which is the highest setting. And there's,
it's ready.
With the Stinger, there's a technique. So you got to hold down the button, get it hot, and then you don't want to go directly into the concentrates.
Never.
So you want to go kind of like cut it on the side. So
yeah, right.
I'd recommend let's heat it up even more and get that thing.
Okay. I like this. It's like the first time I rode a Segway or one of those hoverboards.
There you go. When you see a little smoke coming off, there you go. And just you kind of edge into it. You don't want to go directly into the concentrates and clog up the straw. You work the edges around. Use that edge of that atomizer there to kind of melt it and bring it underneath. Oh. And as you see, you can hit it dry or with the bubbler.
Oh, yeah.
fill.
I didn't put the water in there, but it tastes just as good. I don't
yeah.
There is a whole thing of water right here.
I got a bottle right here.
As I always say, like our Stinger is a more for the cannabis connoisseur, the professional who's been doing this for a while.
Well, what's nice about it too is it really maintains the flavor of the wax too.
Correct.
A vape pen wouldn't have that much.
No, no. Most vape pens cannot maintain the full flavor. They're definitely gonna take a little off. We built that one to taste the same as the rig. And honestly, since I made the Stinger,
put this in your nose.
Since I made the Stinger, I haven't used my rig that much at home.
Bro, I'm not going to lie. Convenient. This is seriously, hands down, the best vape invention I've seen in the last 2 years. You got a bubbler built into a straw tip.
And if you look through it, if you took it out, you see it's a straight path.
It hits good. It doesn't get clogged.
No, we didn't. See, some of our competitors build them so they work with the 510 cartridges and as a dab straw. But when you do that, you actually sacrifice some of the airflow. So when people ask me, it's like our dab device doesn't work with a 510 cartridge, and the reason it doesn't is because we would have had to sacrifice airflow in order to make that compatible with the cartridges. And we wanted it to be a great dab straw, so we decided, what? Let's just make it a dab straw.
Is this glass or?
That's a plastic.
Cool. I just want to make sure before I did something stupid.
It takes a lot to burn that, so don't worry.
I've done dumber things. If you've never smoked plastic, then you've never fixed a bong.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
dude,
can you dab into those little plastic ones, or they got to be certain ones?
No, I don't recommend dabbing into the thing. You could dab off silicone or a glass jar or something. That's what I'd recommend.
So, I mean, this is probably hands down one of the best stocking stuffers you can give someone. What are we calling this little beast right here?
It's called the Stinger.
The Stinger.
The reason is we have our Scorpion here, on the box, and we're from Vegas, so we wanted to, a little bit of desert reference there.
Nice.
There you go.
There it is, too. So you've got the water unit. You've got the controllable voltage unit.
And then I was going to show you, like, we've got, some people like, economy units. So I would say is we have in our vape battery our economy one, which is our Rage, which is a straight 3.7 volt, kind of similar style as the mini tank without the bells and whistles.
Nice. There we go.
So, kind of more simplified.
What's this beast in the front there, the dial?
And the dial is our newest one. Actually, I built this one kind of for like my parents because they would complain about clicking the button 2-3 times and they would get really confused to that. So I built this device right here, which is auto draw, and it has a dial on the front, so you can turn it
This
from.
dude made the jitterbug vape pen.
Yeah, exactly. And it's one of my favorite, but it goes from 2.2 volts to 4.2 volts, and all you have to do is turn the dial like a clock.
So easy, your grandma can use it.
Exactly.
That's so sick, Daryl. You're a fucking wealth of knowledge when it comes to vape pens. Where were you when I was trying to negotiate my vape pen deal on Alibaba.com?
Yeah.
How many nights did you have to stay up translating Mandarin shit to get this stuff done?
I'm
man?
up a lot. I'm up a lot with China at night,
So, I mean, Chinese run the vape game. I mean, there's no way around it. There's very few American vape companies out there. Do you see that dynamic changing? Like, we come from the hydro industry on this side of things, and we're seeing some of the biggest distributors and biggest manufacturers are moving their manufacturing to America because it's make more sense. I went to Catalina Island last week. There's 20 fucking ships on the water on our way out to the island. Everything's sitting at the Port of Long Beach. Do you see the evolution to where we'll see maybe vape pens made in America?
I think maybe eventually, we've looked into manufacturing our pens in the U.S. I think right now we were looking at about 70% costs higher than we currently manufacture.
Could you imagine trying to sell that beautiful product now for 70% more? People would be so pissed at you. They'd be
correct. Yeah, I think it would be great to have an American-made product, but I don't think they'd want to pay for it.
So there's a need for that. When people talk about that, like, oh, well, they're not doing anything different in the vape pen industry that the Chinese aren't doing. Well, that's not true because we have the insight knowledge. We have the culture. You're taking that direct pulse of the industry and putting it into vape pens, whether it be the dialable version because you know what people are requesting, or whether it be the concentrate version because that's there's a market for that. The people that are designing these products don't have that inside knowledge, and I think there's kind of a dependability on our culture and that product and the manufacturing to bring this together. And you really hemmed it up when you said, like, hey, we're paying attention to what our people want.
Yeah, we're designing all our own products. So, like, our factories, we're not dependent on our factory for designs. We're the one driving the designs.
Well, and you're not going to see it knocked off anywhere else. Talk about patents and how hard it is to get on patents on vape pens.
Yeah, the patents are really difficult. There's, of course, I don't know if you guys see in the news, there's a whole bunch of lawsuits flying around now about the vape pens. Roken has a few, but, most of the time we're using others' patents. So, I think some of the points is some of the patents some of the technology has been used so greatly that they've become common core tech.
It's damn near art now.
Yeah.
I mean, each vape pen's got its own uniqueness about it.
Yeah, and I think one of the best ways, like we've defended it, is that we have our name trademarked. So I've actually been contacted by the Chinese government several times to find out if the person trying to knock off my website in China is associated with me.
Well, they're doing their due diligence.
No, they're not.
Yeah, they're doing their due diligence. That's really good to hear because, I mean, it's going to be dependent on the future of the industry because the second this shit gets hoarded out, like everything else gets hoarded out and the vape pens, you're going to get an inferior product. And
and I would say in vapes there's a lot of inferior products.
Yeah, you got gas station vape pens everywhere.
People will come in and they'll make vape pens and they go, oh, man, this is a great price. But the reality is that vape pen that's a really cheap price is maybe only going to recharge twice. So
let's talk about red flags. When you look at the pens, and I go into the fucking Texas gas station on my way through, and I see my fucking Delta 8, and I want to buy some Delta 8 and put it in a vape pen. What are some red flags on those vape pens that hey, that thing's probably not the highest quality?
Well, we can look at the price points and kind of tell you based on, we know what it costs to manufacture our products. So when somebody comes to us and they've got a pen that or some materials that are way below what our cost factor is on our batteries and stuff, we know that they've changed parts. You could have cheaper microchips, you could have cheaper batteries.
That motherfucking pen's going to die before that cartridge.
Correct. So there's a lot of things, people kind of judge sometimes on the outer shell, but it's those internals that are really important. The microchip, the quality of the soldering to the microchip, the battery that we're putting in there, the connection. There's also the thickness of the wires. So there's a ton of different things that go in, but every step that we do that is a more of a quality part generally adds a little bit more cost factor to to the device.
Yeah, because I mean, I talk about the iPod, and I want the iPod in there, but that motherfucker going to be more expensive now. Every new little bell and whistle you put on there is going to increase the price of the pen. People. So when you're taking this into consideration, how do you decide what's a good feature that's worth it? And what is probably just a redundance in technology.
Yeah, we try to, we'll bring in a prototype. We let all our friends test it. We try to get some feedback
that's so
and
cool.
stuff.
You walk in with a new vape pen and everyone's just like, "Oh, bro, let me hit that."
Yeah, we actually have, sometimes we have one of the rooms in our warehouse, and we'll just bring all the staff in, and we'll just have a whole bunch of concentrates or oil cartridges and just test.
I bet your guys' holiday parties don't suck.
Oh no, we're good. We're good. We have fun.
So I mean, dude, if the evolution continues to go like it is, eventually we're going to have psychedelics for vapable products, and you see we've already got Santa Cruz legalized it, Denver, Colorado legalized things. Psychedelics are now a real factor of consumption. Is that something you're going to have to expand upon as the industry expands?
Well, I imagine if it becomes a market and it's something that becomes more popular, we'll definitely have to look into that aspect.
Because this pen right here, and I joked about the DMT thing, but I mean, if that's the way this is going to go, this would be a great way for someone who is having an end-of-life experience, all right? Someone on their deathbed. They've never been able to consume. They're terrified of dying. And, the doctor prescribes them ecstasy or what we joked about DMT, and they would be able to take something in a setting like this in a safe setting and have a product that was usable to give someone some anti-anxiety drugs in the end-of-life experience, which is amazing because you think how far vapes come and volcanoes and the tools I mean, God damn it, when I had to use power tools to get high, my mom looked at me kind of weird, okay? The torches are the torches are going away. This is the future.
I used to have a bong with a paint drying gun.
I remember those. Yeah. Yes. What the fuck did we call that? And you use it like the shrink wrapping kit, right?
Yeah, but you used to have a bigger bowl
and
on
you put that on there and vape it, and then throw all that catnip smelling weed into a.
Oh man, I one time burned my arm and it took like 3 months to heal.
Oh dude, those things left gnarly scars. There's a whole generation of people walking around with those volcano burns.
Oh man, and back in the mid-2000s, I had to tell people it was a cooking accident. It wasn't something easily explained.
Oh man, I got a couple of torch burns on my legs too. But I'm really impressed with how portable you made this. It looks like a medical device. It looks like a iPod device. This definitely is a future of consuming cannabis, and when it comes down to furthering the knowledge on vape and furthering the product, dude, you're knocking it out of the park. You got a whole line, something for everybody. You got the jitterbug. I'm gonna start calling the dial. I'm gonna start calling the dial the jitterbug, and it's gonna work. It worked great in all forms and all settings. So, dude, if you weren't doing the vape pen thing right now, I gotta ask, would you be still doing the optometry thing? Because I mean, this.
I might be, I could still be doing that.
Or would you be in cannabis no matter what?
I mean, it was my passion, so I think I would have found a way into cannabis either way. Because I essentially turned a hobby into a job.
Slick.
That's the way you do it.
Do you get to grow your own at all?
Vegas, no, I don't get to grow. Yeah, Vegas. If I was telling them, if you have a dispensary within 20 miles of you in Vegas, you're not allowed to grow.
What the fuck?
Oh, what a weird rule.
So we got Black Market that just walked in right now, and Black Market's got a rule. There is no illegal weed. There's just undocumented weed.
There's only undocumented weed. Yeah.
But what I would say is in Vegas now we are getting consumption lounges next, so we are going to be able to have infused restaurants and essentially like a bar for marijuana. So the consumption lounge is actually going to be buying their product from the dispensary and selling in single serving in their establishments.
How do you get that deal locked in with the consumption lounges where you're their preferred vape device?
Well, we know some of them, but yeah, I mean, basically we attend all the political meetings and stuff. We're into the cannabis community there. We're very active in the community.
And how has the city accepted you?
Oh, very well. We're extremely popular in Las Vegas. Most of the big dispensaries in town carry us.
With less of a shakedown as dispensaries because you're selling accessories.
Yes.
There's so much shakedown out there. Well, I mean, I know you can't say too much without, putting your own vision at jeopardy, but it's like, Vegas is not an easy place to do cannabis businessing, but it's still somehow like the Mecca next to California when it comes to tourism. So, when it comes to tourism and cannabis, you guys are just spot.
It is the spot there, you know, and you look at like some of the dispensaries we're in there, like Planet 13 and Nuwu, we're both sold in those, you know, two of the largest dispensaries in the world. We do have Planet 13 out here in Southern California.
So you can buy
too.
the vape. You can buy the vape cartridge there, and then go up to their accessory counter and get your battery.
Yes.
Fly home with the battery, leave the cartridge in Vegas, and
correct.
You got it for next trip.
Yeah.
I think the tourists go hand in hand because no one wants to really travel with the herb, but when they get there, they're gonna need it.
And actually, one of the biggest problems
consumption lounges open.
And the biggest problem in Vegas was they weren't allowing smoking in the hotels, right? So everybody can detect the smell of flower, but they can't tell the smell of the vape or the concentrate.
But if the hotel had a legal dab bar with like some hot girl serving you dabs,
Now you'd be more inclined to go downstairs.
I'd be more likely to stay there.
I would love that, but unfortunately, I think they believe we have to be like 100 or 1,000 feet away from a casino.
From anything fun.
When they do the day that you can vape at a table and throw some dice, or vape at a table and fucking play cards, and I know we've all done it and got away with it, but I mean not having to hide it. Like I do with Thanksgiving with my relatives.
Have her legitimately come to you, like, what kind of like vape do you want while you pull the slot machine? You know, like that's how legal it needs to be.
It should be just like the alcohol for them. I mean, honestly, it should go hand in hand. Now, I don't see a reason why the consumer should have to go off strip, but
remember cigarettes when you go into like your local diner, it'll just be a little box. You just put your money in and pull the little handle,
and there'll be in the future it'll say like, oh, thanks for coming to our heart attack grill. To get you to eat more food, we have a weed vending machine right here, so you can buy a vape pen, get hungrier, eat more food, and die of a heart attack quicker at the not be from the vape pen but from the heart attack grill.
More food sales for the restaurant though.
I remember they weigh you there too, so if you're big enough, you can eat free.
Exactly. You do got to sign a waiver, though.
Yeah.
So the evolution of the vape game has been crazy. You guys have lasted 5 years. How are you guys going to take it and evolutionize the products? And who are you going to listen to tell you what's coming next for the next 5 years? What are you guys going to have to build to maintain relevancy?
I think what we're looking for is obviously just continuously making the product's quality better. If we can do better, we should do better. And then it's also like, how can we design products that vape as well, but are even healthier, right?
Not Me Too products, but genuinely new products, stuff that makes you feel good about vaping.
Yes. I mean, like I stopped smoking, switching to vaping, and I noticed a big difference in my breathing and stuff. So I really, I care about my customer and stuff. I don't want to make a product that's unhealthy. So I want to continuously improve the products for them.
Because, I mean, dude, there was a serious factor back in the day where there was like metal taste syndrome when you smoked off vape pens. All you could taste was metal in your weed. You didn't taste your weed. It was just metal taste.
And I was just going to bring up one of the things is we do is not required by any regulation is we do an ROHS testing, which is the actually certification for European electronics. It's not an American standard. And we've been testing for the heavy metals in all our vapes and using that standard for the certification since we started.
That's huge. That's not even required, and you guys do that just to show that you guys have health in mind when you're putting your product out. That's what separates the people that are doing it for the right reasons and the guys who are just importing stuff from China and staying up all night on Alibaba trying to hit the market for a quick pop.
That's those China ones that had the metal taste for sure.
Correct, and then they're trying to sell for a price point. They come in cheap, and then they buy a whole bunch, and that guy you never see him again.
Right, you're like, let me see you get it first.
We're very visible, so I always say is if you have a problem, we're right there. We're going to answer the phone. We're going to answer your emails. We're not going to hide from you.
1 year warranty, customer service. What's your guys' website?
RokenVapes.com.
So check out RokenVapes.com. Can you do direct sales there?
Yes, absolutely.
You can purchase your unit right there, put it in your stocking stuffer. You can send one to your grandma, get her the dial, and tell her it's a jitterbug phone. She'll call you in 2 weeks and be like, I can't call anyone. Be like, I'm sending you a vape pen, Grandma.
Yeah. And then Grandma will be addicted to vaping.
That'd be great.
Got her.
Grandma hit vape pen by reindeer. There's something good in there, I'm sure. I don't know. What was the one I sung last year? Grandma died from a vape pen. Oh, man. That was bad during the vape apocalypse with all that fucking propylglycerin fucking shit.
Oh, there was, the vape crisis. There was so much misinformation out there. It was incredible. And, I don't think a lot of people understand that it is, also partly driven by the tobacco industry who does have a desire to take over our industry.
Absolutely false fucking news out there. They're trying to make vape not be around. If I had money in the tobacco industry, I'd be like, yeah, vape pens are gay. What do you mean? Fuck you.
Well, they're making vape pens right now. You have RJ Reynolds making their vapes. You have Altria, Philip Morris. They're making their vapes, and they have their eyes on the cannabis industry as well.
Yeah, and we all know, we talk about it here every week. Like, you guys worried about pack prices now? You think Jungle Boys are a problem?
Wait till
You think
Philip Morris, yeah.
wait till these other motherfuckers. These are the fools you should be trying to keep in business, not fucking boycott.
Yeah, wait till you have somebody roll out like 10,000 acres and trying to cut the prices down.
And weed's worth the fucking price of a fucking lettuce.
It's just next to the broccoli at Vine.
It's just sitting. Nobody even wants to smoke it. Kids aren't even impressed
People
by
just
it.
grab like
People will be switching from marijuana to tomatoes.
The thing about vape pens, Daryl, is that they made weed cool again. And
Yes.
like I don't even know how I would have got through those last years where I was trying to be like the casual smoker and secret smoker if there wasn't vape pens in the life, you know? And
I love it. When I take my vape pen, sometimes I'm out with my kids. We go to, like say we're at a pumpkin patch, something, we're out doing activities, I can kind of sneak off to the side, take a little puff, and nobody really knows the wiser.
I haven't been kicked out of a concert. I haven't been kicked out of a sporting event or anything since vape pens. So it's like, and your boy used to get thrown out of shit.
It's a travel must-have.
You could even say like it's a medical device. Like,
I remember one time we were at Life is
this
Beautiful.
is a breathing treatment.
We were at
Back off.
we were at
This is a
Life
prostate accelerator.
I was about to say, we were at Life is Beautiful one time selling vapes, and a guy came over our booth and he said, "How are you guys selling vapes?" And they confiscated mine at the door.
Yeah, see, it's the weird.
You're on the wrong side of the booth.
You
sir.
can't bring food into a restaurant. Come on,
the
dog.
evolution of this shit.
You know what I'm saying?
So, I mean, we want to thank you for taking the time, to come in here and lace our tennis shoes on everything that is vape, because there's a lot more that just goes into it than the cannabis in the cartridge. You got to buy a vape that's reputable.
I see you guys got a holiday sale going.
Oh, yeah, we have a holiday sale. I think today is the last day of the holiday sale.
Oh, you better get in there.
Get it in. You can get it shipped before Christmas.
And if you miss out on this one, we'll probably run another one prior to Christmas. So
there you go.
Solid.
Just give it a few days.
Well, probably a week or two, but yeah.
So give a shout out to your team. We're gonna pay some bills here and have to.
Yeah, I'll give a shout out to everybody works at Roken. We it's a family run company too. So we have my father, my brother Alex, and Larry, and then we have our sales Disney and Tyler, and our office manager Audrey. And I'll give a shout out to Limitless Venture Group for funding us for all our inventions and everything we do. And their stock symbol, if you guys ever wanted to invest in Roken, their stock symbol is LVGI.
You got crypto?
Oh, that's big.
LBGI.
You got Roken crypto?
Roken crypto.
No Roken crypto. I do like crypto myself.
There you go.
But no Roken crypto.
NFTs. You got Roken NFTs?
We've actually talked about that, actually.
Oh,
So hear me out. We make the NFT. And you buy the fucking vape pen, and when you buy the fucking vape pen,
get stock in the company.
You get a free fucking vape cartridge included in there every time someone sells it. So now there's another reason to sell it, and then every time they sell it, then you guys get paid on it, and we just keep writing contracts in there, bro. Just keep writing
That's a pyramid
contracts,
scheme.
bro.
The future.
That is the future is
You
a
buy
pyramid.
one
You
off
hit it
me,
right. The
and then
future
you
is a
can sell it to
pyramid
3
scheme.
people. We got this.
Yeah. It's
So-
NFT based though.
Before
okay.
before we go, I'm gonna go down a list of things that I like to smoke, and you tell me if we can put in this or not. Okay?
Sure.
All right. Obviously, CRC. Oh, you fucking this guy knew.
You guys are in sync.
Obviously, some CRC. Yes.
Yep.
Okay. And then some rosin.
Yes.
Rosin. Okay. We already talked about this one, DMT.
We haven't made it for that, so I'm not sure.
But yeah, it can be.
Yes.
And then saying, what is this?
This or
or
that.
that? What's that one stuff we used to smoke? Oh, can we put crack in here?
I don't think it's going to work for crack.
Okay,
Cocaine.
so that's
Can we put cocaine
so
in
that's
there?
okay.
That
so
we don't recommend.
No cocaine. So that's hash, yes. CRC, yes. Rosin, yes. Crack, no. DMT, as your
Maybe.
attorney, he's not saying yes.
Possibly.
And then definitely no to crack and cocaine. So this has been
Drugs
an
are bad.
awesome learning experience from Daryl at Roken, and putting out the best vape pen on the market right now.
Yeah.
Put
Yes.
it in your
Hang on.
stocking, put it in your mouth, put it in your Chad.
Hell yeah. I
You
want to
want
give a shout out to everyone in the chat room. We got Monkey Mang. He was definitely looking at, he said, Roken is definitely quality, not needing replacement ceramic ever hardly.
Oh,
Yeah,
damn.
our tips last forever. I mean, I tell people this is like we do
said
sell
that's
replacement
sexy.
tips, but you could soak those in isopropylene overnight, and it comes back to like brand new.
Dang, see, super fucking easy, clean, and it's charged by USB.
Yep.
So he's got the micro USB. And that's a faster charge too, I believe.
No, that's just a standard USB charge.
Okay.
Micro
All
USB.
right.
We do have on our newest one coming out, the dry herb that will be out soon. We do have USB-C charging.
Supercharge?
Yep.
We're getting supercharged with the
Thunderbolt.
flower.
But, there's always a downside to the supercharge, which is that it can reduce battery life.
For sure. Yep. Anytime you overdrive the battery.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not going to last.
How much flour can you put in that thing?
Probably about maybe a quarter of a gram.
Perfect.
Just enough. Well, we're staying lit here at Farm to Table Cannabis. Is tea coming in or we got open air?
I don't know. Let's take a break.
All right, we'll take a break. We're going to come back with Daryl.
Remember, crack is whack.
Yes.
Using crack and cocaine to get high, that's what you say you love. But it's really insane. You could die. What are you thinking of? 'Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine. There's terrible trouble behind it. And sooner or later you're burning your brain, making a mess of your mind. Just a snort or a smoke in your greed, that's all you care about. But your life is a joke, and you need someone to help you out. 'Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine. There's terrible trouble behind it. And sooner or later you're burning your brain, making a mess of your mind. 'Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine. There's terrible trouble behind it. And sooner or later you're burning your brain, making a mess of your mind. There is help available for people who have a problem with cocaine or crack addiction. Have them call 1-800-COCAINE for advice. And if someone ever offers you crack or cocaine, be smart. Just say no. 'Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine. There's terrible trouble behind it. And sooner or later you're burning your brain, making a mess of your mind. 'Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine. There's terrible trouble behind it. And sooner or later you're burning your brain, making a mess of your mind. 'Cause nobody's needing that crack and cocaine. There's terrible trouble behind.
We'll be right back. DFZ Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis. We'll take these messages real quick. One.
Launch crew, ready to reservoir.
What's the load factor, sir?
Bring in the Riser Blast liquid at 2 mils per gallon.
Okay, sir. We are loaded and ready to launch.
9.
Okay, men, it's time to blast off into the plant's root zone and into another galaxy of root growth.
Rhizoblast is a proprietary blend of seaweed and the single-celled algae chlorella. Chlorella's abundance of amino acids and minerals contribute to its value in hydroponics. The benefits used in Rhizoblast are explosive root growth, the use with any growing medium or hydro system, its ideal use for transplanting, and the enhancement of your plant vigor in fast-flowering plants. Let your plants have a blast and see a world of a difference with Rhizoblast from Botanicare. Check it out at www.botanicare.com.
This is Mark with Cannabis Supper Club, and you're listening to DFZ Radio, Farm to Table Cannabis with the Hydroponic Chef. This is Mark with Cannabis Supper.
This a young ill production.
Perp got me fired up. It got me fired up. Kush got me fired up.
This is Mark. This is Mark. This is Mark, and this is the Metaverse. All right, it's about time to wrap up the show. We got fucking customers knocking the door down. They gotta sell shit at the Hydro store. I gotta sell shit at the Hydropocalypse. Daryl, big ups to you, man.
Thank you for having me here. I had so much fun.
Appreciate
it was a blast,
you, man. You made us fucking a little bit knowledgeable on vapes. And big thanks.
I'm the vape master now.
Thank you to Celine too for keeping us medicated and educated on the cocktails and CBD too. Go buy her book, CBD Cocktails, right now, and then man. Go pick up some vape pens at Roken Vape. Put them in your fucking stocking stuffers.
Put that discount.
Yeah, RokenVapes.com.
Last night
holiday
of the holiday
is the
discount.
code. Holiday is the code.
Daryl, you're flying back to Vegas?
Yeah, I'm going to jump on a plane out of here at Long Beach and head back to Vegas tonight.
Damn,
Can I have a couple of vape pens to give away to the callers?
Absolutely. I'm going to leave all the samples I have except for our one prototype, which I need, but everything else I'm going to leave for you guys.
Dude, 562-653-0707. Call us up. Hit us up. First caller that shows that they bought a vape from Broken, they're going to get another free vape courtesy of DFZ Radio.
Oh, shout out to Manny D. He's already on it.
All right, he's on it. You got it's a buy one, get one right now, courtesy of Farm to Table.
Monkey Mang and Manny D, you better hurry.
Daryl, man, keeping us fucking lit as shit. I like this fucking thing. I'm going to take this home because this is red, and that's my color. It brings out the red in my eyes. And, dude, I hope you have a good holidays. Stay medicated with the family. Enjoy, stay vaped up, and man, Champs, I'll see you at Champs.
Absolutely, yeah. We got a nice big booth at Champs. Come chill with us there. We always got a couch to relax on and stuff. So
definitely need that. Yeah.
Get vaped. Yeah, it's gonna be a long fucking festival, and I'm sure we'll be on like our 7th strain of coronavirus
after
by then.
the fucking party.
Omicron 2.0.
So safe travels, man. Happy holidays, and a big Farm to Table Cannabis. Thank you for
yes, sir.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate
it.
And you can keep us stocked up and learn about your next grow, and you're fucking medicating and educating next week on Farm to Table Cannabis and DFZ Radio, proudly shown on High Times TV.
Yeah.
We're about to go get lit off some Roken Vapes. DFZRadio.com.
Feeling so high.
Chop it up, up that hydro. Hydro make me feel fine, roll up that hydro. Hydro make me feel fine, hook up that hydro make me feel high. Feeling so high. Roll up, cook up, hydro. Roll up, cook up, hydro. Roll up, cook up, hydro. Let's go. Roll up, cook up, hydro.
All right, that was Farm to Table Cannabis. Shout out to Broken Vapes. Shout out to everyone in the chat room, everyone that tuned in. Also, shout out to Saline.
We running these packs like it's track. You fuck with my bank if you lag. You fuck with my bank if you lag. Put the money in the bag. We running these packs like it's track. You fuck with my bank if you lag. You fuck with my bank if you lag. Put the money in the bag.
Hey, make sure you check out that holiday sale, 25% off. Use code HOLIDAY.
And Henny goes right down the hatch.
DFZRadio.com. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you tune in next week. Farm to Table Cannabis, same time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And we'll be back right now with the Heavy T Grow Show. Check the next stream.